Oh yeah, here we go. Gonna create a charred jalapeno and pineapple sauce. Love this for all of our proteins and stuff like that. Just makes it more flavorful when you gotta, eat the same thing over and over and over again. So let's get started. Got these jalapenos. You can get them. I got these 50% off at the grocery store because a few of them had marks and stuff like that. But hey, we're charring them anyways. You don't need perfect ones for presentation. I actually find they're a little bit hotter the riper they get anyways. So I've got my oven. It's a small countertop one, but that's all we need for this. Got it all heated up. So we'll open that up. Take these guys. Toss them right in there. Won't need it for 25 minutes. Let's bring it down to about 14. That's right. Now we're going to peel the pineapple, chop it up. Well, not chop it up, slice it up, lay it out on there so that you can get put that in the oven afterwards, get a nice grill on that as well. All right, so we whipped through the baking portion of it. Now I like to kick it to broil up to 450, and I like to do that for another 8 minutes. I want those charred. That flavor that comes out of peppers when they're charred. I don't care if it looks burnt, okay? Right now, they've warmed up so they're nice and soft, easier to blend, but I want that char on there. I may not go the entire 8 minutes. I may only go, 4 or 5 of it, but I'll keep checking. I'll show you when I take them out so you know what they should look like. All right, so the char isn't quite heavy enough on these yet, so I put on another 4 minutes. That should be perfect. It's getting there. They're looking beautiful, but I want a full top coat of like that color right over there, A little bit of multitasking while I'm cooking. I'm building yesterday's episode with Kristen when we were at the gym. So, it's 55 minutes worth of editing that I got to do. So it's, it needs to be done, and you got to multitask when you're playing this game. So it's just the way it is. You can't just do one thing at once if you want better results than average. Here's just another example. Always occupy your downtime. So we got a decent char going here. Not as dark as I'd normally go with it, but this is pretty good. These are very, very ripe, so they're a little moister, we'll call it, and a little softer, so it's really hard to get that char. This is good enough for what we're doing. So now we got to get these guys in there. We want to put a nice char on it because we want to release all those natural sugars that are in there. So we're going to get them in. We're going to put these babies on for, let's see, trying to switch hands here. Start that. I want these for at least 12 minutes at really high heat because I want that sugar to come out of there and just develops the flavor so immensely. So back to the jalapenos, and there's two major points of buying overripe ones or past ideal sale is we don't care how they look because we're broiling them and then we're blending them. So the two benefits you get out of it is the cost is way down. I save 50% on the peppers, and it means they also start off a little bit softer because they're not that ideal firmness of, presentation wise. So once you've cooked them, the stems basically just pull right out. Minimal work. So I'm going to get all the stems pulled out, get them into the Vitamix. I'm not sure if I'm going to pre-blend them before the pineapple goes in, but just get everything prepped. Always use your time wisely. Don't have any downtime. Makes for really efficient food prep, especially when you got to make big batches of stuff and maybe you only have one day to do it. So these are looking beautiful. Like I said, we're gonna get these stems out of here, get the pineapple ready, and then we're gonna go at this, blend it all up, make it beautiful. It already smells amazing in here with the pineapples charring and these already charred up and smelling great. So that took all of like 60 seconds to destem the jalapenos. So what we're going to do is we're going to try busting this down. What I've got here is I've just got a cup of orange juice. Like I know we're going to use a lot of the lime juice, but I like the orange juice for that added sweeter citrus flavor. It's not, I've just got a cup here. I'm probably not going to use all of it. It's just going to be enough to add liquid so that the blender works well. So here, I'll show you. Sorry, it's going to get loud, but Well, it turns out we may not need a lot of liquid. Look at that. Like I said, another benefit of starting with the, what do you call it, the riper jalapenos. They've got so much moisture, and that broiling really releases the moisture, softens them up, so you're not grinding like chalk here. Like, that's beautiful. I'm not going to add any of that right now. So here's where we are at this point. I think I want a little more out of that. So I'm going to put it on for 3 more minutes. That couple extra minutes did wonders. There you go. Look at that. Ooh. So bright and colorful that it's hard to pick up from the camera. But let's see if I can focus on there a little better. There we go. See, this is more what I aim for. The ones at the back got darker, so I allowed it to have a bunch in the range. So we got some darker, some lighter. All that does, that's different levels of caramelization of the sugars within the pineapple. So let's show you what else I've got over here. I've got curry. This is a yellow curry. Maybe you don't like curry, you don't have to use it, but I really like flavor profile. And because we've got the heat of the jalapenos, the sweet of the pineapple, potentially more sweet if we're going to put in orange juice, we're going to have the sour of the limes, and over here we've got garlic and chili flakes. I really love, and this is something that I learned from traveling, I like pineapple curries. I originally had it on some nice wings in Thailand years ago, and I love this combination. And then, like I said, chopped garlic, minced garlic, whatever, and some chili flakes. And you can do this in ratios that you like. All right, because I'm always preaching that you can increase the flavor profile and change it to whatever you want by using heat, here's a little bit of a torch, just searing some of the garlic. Don't burn it, just sear it. There we go. Now, I'm sure a lot of people want to take the insides out because, you know, they're a little harder and stuff, but to be honest, it's just more good fiber, and it's part of the pineapples. Like, you got a lot of, in what we're making here, you got a lot of folic acid, vitamin C's, vitamin B. Like, there's so much nutrient richness in what we're making. I leave everything in if I can. So I'm just going to start putting these in whole. Oh man, you can actually feel how sticky these are because the sugar's kind of turning into candy. Like, this is essentially like pineapple syrup, or almost like a pineapple candy if we cooked it a little more. All right, so we got all those in there. Gonna dump the curry in. Gonna dump that seared garlic in. There we go. Oh, it's almost going in. Sorry, a little shaky with the camera today. Chili flakes. Now we'll see how it blends without the orange juice. I have a feeling we're going to need orange juice just because we left the stems of the pineapple in, but let's find out. Oh, maybe not. Again, an overly ripe pineapple. That's looking pretty good. All right, I'm gonna let that go for at least another 2 minutes. And because I'm putting it on high and it's gonna get noisier, I won't film this part. I've blended this on much higher for about 3 minutes while I was preparing the lime juice. So I've just turned it down so you can hear me. We'll open this up. You can see how warm it gets in there. And then what we got over here is 3 full limes, cut them, juiced them. This is gonna go in. Like, I love the taste of lime. You can adjust accordingly. You don't even have to put lime in at this point. You could literally add it when you're gonna use it and just squeeze it over everything. But for me, I love it in the flavor. I mean, you could put more in if you wanted. You know? Oh, look at that, it's nice. Let's see if we can get a good top shot maybe. Getting a little bit of air in there, it's all good. So there you go. I'm just going to leave it on low and let it kind of work through for about another minute, and then you're basically ready. And there you have it. I'm not one of those people that stages really picture perfect scenes for thumbnails and stuff like that. I don't use it for anything special. I don't eat a lot of I love nachos and stuff, but I'm not at that point where I'm watching my diet very strictly, so I'm not going to eat a bunch of chips and stuff. So where I would use this and where I like to help people who are in the bodybuilding fitness world is when they have to eat really, really clean. I've added no salt to this. You saw everything that I put in. This allows me to track and control everything that I'm eating. And for me, I usually use it when I'm, taking in my proteins during the day. So, yeah, well, this isn't a really pretty staged meal. This is what I typically have to eat, a bunch of chicken breast. So all I got here is some Korean tteokbokki sauce, and I just put in some bok choy springs so it looks more appetizing. But hey, this is all I'm going to do, like that. Oh my Lord. I wouldn't even dunk normally. I would just put it on top of the dish. But, oh, the flavor in there is incredible. Like I said, if you wanted to add more salts and stuff like that, you do that. But I control my salts. I can add some when I'm eating it, kind of thing. And I can give this to my friends, and I can tell them, look, it has no added sodium to it. What else can I add here? Oh, this is pretty straightforward. It probably took about an hour total, and it made a lot. But this is how I try and keep. Sauces are one of the things that add way too many calories during the day, and that's what messes up a lot of people's diets. They can eat like salad, but the dressings and the sauces are what kills you. So for this has got a really nice heat level. You may not like it as much, so maybe you will cut it with something more sweet like the orange juice. Maybe you want more lime to really brighten it up. Go ahead, add some more lime. This is a base recipe, so you end up with a product that you can enjoy. I like spicy, so this is good for me, but this is probably on my scale about a 7 out of 10. It might be a little hot for you, might not be hot enough. You adjust accordingly, but this makes a really good sauce. So I hope you've enjoyed this quick little recipe. Maybe I talked too much. Who knows? Leave a comment in the comment section if you do try it, or maybe point me in a direction of recipes that you like for sauces. Sorry, I got a mouthful of chicken now. But I had fun making this. Hope you learned something. Let me know what you think if you do try it. But for today, we're out of here.